You gotta figure out what your customer's really buying. That'll tell you the business you're really in. I guess you need to figure this out for yourself in your business. Every kind of whole different business may have different issues, but there's plenty in common too. Like a storefront retailer or restaurant might be different than, say, a business-to-business enterprise software company. If you're not an a-hole, here's a way to start thinking about it. I'll bring this back to other businesses, but I'll start with an example of a software company that we started that mostly sold big solutions to the a-holes at hospitals. These a-holes wanted our solutions because they could help them with what they do, but they were all really busy with 1,000 other priorities and costs. So the a-holes mostly bought us because they had to have a solution like ours for compliance. That's important to think about because in that business, they had to buy something. But it could be even more important to think about this in other kinds of businesses where customers don't necessarily have to buy. For example, instead of a-holes going to a restaurant, sometimes they could stay home and eat groceries as far as I can figure. So back to this company that sold the software. The a-holes who made the purchase decision, and really their boss too, decided what solution to buy. Those were our customers. So I think a lot about what they really want to buy. I think 1, our customer wants to not get fired. 2, they want to look good at their company. Number 3, they want to meet their budget and schedule. And those are trust issues. They're betting and trusting in us to deliver those things. But the next issue sometimes even beats those trust issues. For the number 4 thing, they usually hire who they like. Sometimes like even beats trust, although they tend to go together in most cases. And finally, number 5, the 5th reason, is if we want to keep them buying, we need to make everything as easy as possible. These a-holes are busy with 1,000 other priorities. If we can make their lives easy, they're much more likely to keep coming back. When I told you what that company does, I told you they do software for hospitals. But when I meet with those a-holes at that company, I remind them that the business they're really in is being trusted by the customer to not get them fired, to make them look good, and to help them meet their budget and schedule. And they're also in the business of being liked by them and making their lives as easy as possible. Of course, this company does that by delivering great solutions and value for their organizations and doing it with integrity, which is the only way to be successful in business over time. I also think about this for other businesses, for instance, with a construction company or a restaurant. Most of the same things come into play. In terms of trust and and things like making their lives easy can help too. Of course, commodity decisions like price and convenience fit in those things too, and having an option of no decision, like if they're considering whether to buy a new shirt that they don't need, might bring other things into play. I also think about how these a-holes make their decisions, incorporating those considerations that come back to a lot of the same fundamental issues, like validation and status, and comfort and security. And my challenge to you is to bring this back to your business and life and what you do. Figure out what business you're really in. That'll help you understand what to prioritize and how to build it better. There's plenty more to say about this, but they tell me that none of you a-holes wants to watch a long video. If you want to know more, let me know. Maybe I'll make another video. Or maybe you could read the book if you want to go there and give it more thought. You bunch of a-holes.